is up, Brawlers, Bladers, and fellow awesome nerds?
I am Baku Kid.
And I am Baku Dad, and we are the Baku Boys. And if this is your first time to the channel, please
like and subscribe.
Also, please be sure to drop us a comment and check out our other projects in the description below, as we do try and release weekly Bakugan, Beyblade, and other awesome nerdy content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what we've got in store for you guys for this video. So today is Saturday, February 11th, and for today's video, I already made the announcement for it on Wednesday, but we will be unboxing, because it is release weekend, we will be unboxing a Magic the Gathering Phyrexia All Will Be One bundle box. And I see what you're doing, Baku Kid. You're so silly. But, small quick announcement. We are going to be making some changes to our backdrop right here. A lot of these are actually old clippings that I had clipped out from old Nintendo Power magazines, and I wanted to try and preserve them. And honestly, through time, they're starting to get a little more worn, and I want to go ahead and start putting them into a folder or something. But what is going to be going up soon we have a new neon sign, sorry Baku Kid, that will go up here somewhere. And after I get it set up and everything, we will have this for everyone to see up on the wall, and that's going to be exciting once we get everything set up for that. But enough about that announcement. We are not going to waste that much more time. We are going to get straight to the table, where we are going to open up this Phyrexia All Will Be One bundle box. We will catch you guys at the table in just a moment.
See you right back at the table.
Yow!
Yow!
And welcome back to the table where...
I wanted to say it. Welcome back to the table where me and Baku Dad are going to be unboxing this. I want to open up this side.
You want to open... Yep.
I just wanted to straight up open it.
So we are unboxing the Phyrexia All Will Be One
I get it.
Bundle box. I really like the box because it's got Elish Norn.
Can we keep the box just so we can...
Oh my gosh. That is cool. That is... So this is the plane of Mirrodin, which has been turned into new Phyrexia, because according to the story, in the original Darksteel, I can't remember if it was in the original Darksteel block or if it was in the new Phyrexia Mirrodin 2.0 block. But Karn accidentally had some glistening oil attached to him and went to the original plane of Mirrodin and accidentally infected the plane of Mirrodin with Phyrexia, turning everything into Phyrexia. And we don't get any cool art by undoing that, but we get the cool art from this. But these are all the different levels of Phyrexia. And then on the back, there is a picture of Jace, one of my favorite planeswalkers. And in this bundle box, we've seen this before, but we get 8 12 card set boosters. We get the cool box. We get 20 foil and non-foil lands. We get a cool spin down die, and we get an alternate art traditional foil Karamonix the Rat King.
Found it.
Yep. And then let's see some of this stuff real quick. Look at the new Planeswalker symbol.
I know.
The Phyrexian Planeswalker symbol. Oh my gosh. Elish Norn's area.
Wow. Can I open this?
Yes, you can. I can't remember. I think it's the something Basilica. But there is
Plains.
Karumonix the Rat King for 2 swamp and 1. He is a 3/3 legendary Phyrexian rat with the new mechanic Toxic 1. I remember when it was poison counters, but it's the same thing with poison counters. If a player takes 10 poison counters, they die, and poison counters are -1/-1 counters on creatures. Other rats you control have Toxic 1. Oh, that's cool. When Karumonix enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's really cool.
I already got it sorted out for us for the...
And then the 20 foil. These new lands are actually really cool.
I want the... For my werewolf deck, I want... I really want the forest and mountains.
The forests and mountains.
Yeah.
So, we have 8 packs to open.
Yes.
4 apiece. And I'm super excited because the new Phyrexia, the Phyrexia All Will Be One set, I have heard so many good things about it. And Baka Kid and I are opening all these. Technically, we are opening them on Friday, the day of the release, but everyone will be seeing it. The day you will see it will be Saturday, the day after the official release, but it is still official release weekend.
Can we look at mine first?
So yep, we can look at yours first. Ooh, that looks like Koth, and it is artist signed Koth, I think. Yep, Koth, Fire of the Resistance. One of the new Phyrexian full art lands, and this is a foil Phyrexian forest. So a Blightbelly rat for 1 swamp and a 1. It is a 2/2 Phyrexian rat with Toxic 1. When Blightbelly rat dies, proliferate. And proliferate means you get to choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind they already have. Infectious Inquiry, a swamp and 2 for you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Iker Spit Basilisk, a forest and 2 for a 1/3 Phyrexian Basilisk. It has Death Touch and Toxic 1. Gulping Scrap Trap, a swamp and 4 for a 4/4 Phyrexian Horror. When it enters the battlefield or dies, proliferate. Tyvar's Stand, a forest and X. Target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Ooh, nice. Against all odds. A plains and 3 for choose one or both. Exile target artifact or creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So technically giving something you have flash. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad. Ooh, Minor Misstep. An island counter target spell with mana value 1 or less. Ooh, one of the new black-white art cards from the new set. These are kind of like the manga art cards that I've been very excited for.
My friend Carter, he's saw manga spoilers for Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice. Not a forest, but a swamp and 2 for a 2/2 Phyrexian Imp. It has flying and corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, Bone Picker Scourge has Death Touch and Lifelink. Ooh, wow. Wow! A borderless Razor Verge Thicket. That's the rare in here. Razor Verge Thicket enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands, and you can tap for a forest or plains.
I'm looking at yours.
The Filigree Silex. 2 for this legendary artifact. Put an oil counter on the Filigree Silex. You can tap to put an oil counter on it. Tap to sacrifice the Filigree Silex. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of oil counters on the Filigree Silex. Wow. Or remove 10 oil counters from among permanents you control and sacrifice the Filigree Silex. It deals 10 damage to any target. Wow.
Phyrexia.
And a foil Volshock Splitter. A mountain and 3 for an equipment. an artifact equipment for Mirrodin. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and equip for a forest and, not a forest, but a mountain and 2. And then we get one of the new tokens, a Phyrexian Might, a 1/1 Phyrexian Might artifact creature with Toxic 1, and it can't be blocked. Whoa, it can't be blocked? And it has Toxic 1? Wow! That's not bad for a token creature. Okay, and then the art card I have from my pack is Takuthal Inquiry Dominus. Ooh, and look at this foil swamp. That is gorgeous. Pestilent Siphoner, a swamp in 1 for a 1/1 Phyrexian insect. It has flying and Toxic 1. Another Blightbelly Rat, another Infectious Inquiry, an Ikerspit Basilisk, Gulping Scrap Trap, Font of Progress, an island for an artifact. Font of Progress enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Tap 3 and tap it. Target player mills X cards, where X is the number of oil counters on Font of Progress. Transplant Theorist, an island in 3 for a 2/4 Phyrexian Artificer. Whenever Transplant Theorist or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. And for 2, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Ooh, wow. Atmosphere Surgeon, an island in 1 for a 2/1 Phyrexian Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Atmosphere Surgeon. Remove an oil counter from Atmosphere Surgeon. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. We got another manga art card, the Quicksilver Fisher. 2 islands and 3 for a 4/3 Phyrexian Drake. With it's got flying, and when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card.
There's a time where my friend said that I read a manga.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Pokemon one.
Ooh, that's cool.
I like Pokemon.
Encroaching Mycosynth, an island in 3 for this artifact. Non-land permanents you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. The same is true for permanent spells you control and non-land permanent cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Oh wow, that's cool. And then a foil Serum Snare, an island in 1 for return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If that permanent had mana value 3 or less, proliferate. Not bad. You already opened your second pack. I'm going to open my second pack real quick before I go ahead and check out what you have.
Can I look at yours?
Yes, you can. Ooh, and here we go. Another artist signed. That's the second artist signed card you've pulled for the art cards, bud.
No, third.
Phyrexian Obliterator.
No, that would be my third. Because remember?
No, this is your second artist signed card from Phyrexia. All will be one.
Yeah, but that would be my third time in all.
Yeah, yes, you have pulled an artist signed art card. I like this Phyrexian Obliterator. Ooh, Full Art Island. Barbed Battle Fist of a mountain in 1 for this equipment artifact. It's got for Mirrodin. And then equipped creature gets +1/-1 and equipped for 1. Bladegraft Aspirant. A mountain in 2 for a 2/3 Phyrexian Warrior with Menace. Equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Activated abilities of equipment you control that target Bladegraft Aspirant cost 1 less to activate. Oh wow, that's not bad. Aspirant's Ascent. An island for until end of turn. Target creature gets +1/+3 and gains flying and Toxic 1. Free from Flush, a mountain for target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put 2 oil counters on it. Ossification, a plains in 1 for enchant basic land you control. When Ossification enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until Ossification leaves the battlefield. Porcelain Zealot, a plain and 3 for a 2/3 Phyrexian soldier with at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If that creature has Toxic, instead it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's not bad. Jawbone Duelist, a plains and 1 for a 1/1 Phyrexian soldier with double strike and toxic 1. Another Bone Picker Scourge. And we got another, you cracked another borderless land card, bud. And this is a different one. It's the Darkslick Shores. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands and tap for an island or a swamp. Mind Splice Apparatus. An island and 3 for this artifact with flash at the beginning of your upkeep. Put an oil counter on Mind Splice Apparatus. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each oil counter on Mind Splice Apparatus. Oh my gosh, bud! You have got really good pulls tonight already.
I'm gonna open up.
This is a foil Vraska. Betrayal Sting. A Phyrexian Black. A Swamp and 4. For this Planeswalker, and that's completed, you can either pay 2 life or pay the Swamp. It comes in with 6 loyalty counters unless you paid the 2 life. Then it comes with 2 fewer loyalty counters. But for 0, you draw a card and you lose 1 life, proliferate. -2, target creature becomes a treasure artifact with tap. Sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all other card types and abilities. And then Vraska's ultimate for -9. If target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. And a Phyrexian Horror with trample. It's a Phyrexian Horror token with, we don't know the power, but toughness is 1, and it has trample and haste.
Wait, what? Oh.
It could be something special. So let's check what I got from the pack I opened.
And I already
So the art card I got is the Phyrexian Vindicator, Full Art Island, Cruel Grimnarch, a Plains and 5 for this a 5/5 Phyrexian Cleric with Death Touch. When Cruel Grimnarch enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you gain 4 life. Testament Bearer, a Swamp and 3 for a 4/1 Phyrexian Warrior. When it dies, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. That's pretty good. Cutthroat Centurion, a Swamp and 2. For a 2/2 Artifact Phyrexian Warrior, sacrifice another artifact or creature. Cutthroat Centurion gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Chimney Rabble, a Mountain and 3 for a 3/3 Phyrexian Goblin Warrior with haste, and when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature token. Shrapnel Slinger, a Mountain and 1 for a 2/2 Artifact Phyrexian Beast. When Shrapnel Slinger enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target artifact an opponent controls. Swooping Lookout, a Plains for a 1/2 Artifact Phyrexian Construct with Flying and Vigilance. Gleeful Demolition, a Mountain for destroy target artifact. If you controlled that artifact, create 3 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Cacophony Scamp, a Mountain for a 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. Whenever Cacophony Scamp deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, proliferate. When Cacophony Scamp dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's pretty good. Ooh, Manga Art Mirror Convert.
I want to give this one
For 2, it's a 2/1 Artifact Phyrexian Mirror with Toxic 1 and pay 2. You can tap, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any color. And then the rare I got is the Bloated Contaminator for a Forest and 2. It is a 4/4 Phyrexian Beast with Trample and Toxic 1. Whenever Bloated Contaminator deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
I'm giving
Cephalopod Sentry is the foil card for a Plains, an Island, and 2. It is a power unknown. Toughness is 5, but it's an artifact Phyrexian squid with flying, and Cephalopod Sentry's power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. That's not bad.
I gave this luck.
You gave that luck? Okay, well, I'm going to open my third pack since you already opened your third. Okay. Oh, I accidentally bumped into the camera, but that's okay. So let's see. The art card you got is Blue Sun's Twilight and one of the full art swamps.
Sadly not a signed one.
Experimental Augury. For an island in one, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Proliferate. Anoint with Affliction. A swamp in one for exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. Corrupted. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. Sheoldred's Head Cleaver. For a swamp in 3, it is a 2/4 Phyrexian warrior with menace and toxic 2. Duress. For a swamp, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Resistance Reunited. For a plains in 1, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Equipped creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Awaken the Sleeper. For a mountain in 3, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If it's equipped, you may destroy all equipment attached to that creature. Tamiyo's Immobilizer. For an island in 3, Tamiyo's Immobilizer enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. Tap, remove an oil counter from Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Tap target artifact or creature. Another Quicksilver Fisher. And out of Aiden's pack, Borderless Manga Art Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. For 2 islands in 2, it is a 3/5 legendary Phyrexian horror with flying. If you would proliferate twice instead. For 1 and 2 Phyrexian blue, remove 3 counters from among other artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers you control. Put an indestructible counter on Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. And then the Blade of Shared Souls. For an island in 2, it's an equipment with the 4 Mirrodin. Whenever Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control and equip for 2. And then the foil is Evolving Adaptive. For a forest, it is a 0/0 Phyrexian warrior. Evolving Adaptive enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it. Evolving Adaptive gets +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than Evolving Adaptive, put an oil counter on Evolving Adaptive. And then we got a 2/2 Red Rebel token in that.
We didn't look at this.
Oh, yeah, the spin down die we got. We forgot to look at that, and oh my gosh. The 20 is the Phyrexian all will be 1 symbol, and wow, the white on this is very pretty. I like that.
Can I open up your final?
Do you want to open up my final pack?
Yes.
Yes, you can. You can open up my... So, out of the pack I opened... Sky Hunter Strike Force, and oh my god, a Phyrexian Swamp.
Yes.
Oh, this is going in my commander deck.
Hold up. Wait, I want to see it.
That is the Phyrexian print. That is the Phyrexian text. That is so
Phyrexia,
cool.
Phyrexian language.
Oh my gosh, I have not been excited for a new Magic the Gathering set in forever. It's been since the last new Mirrodin 2.0 new Phyrexia. It's been since then since I've been super excited. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Basilica Skull Bomb. For 1, it's an artifact. You can pay 1, sacrifice it, draw a card. For a plains and 2, sacrifice it. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. Zealot's Conviction for a plains. It's got flash and enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. And it has Corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, enchanted creature gets an additional +1/+0 and has first strike. Duelists of Deep Faith for a Plains and 1. It's a 2/2 Phyrexian soldier with Toxic 1. As long as it's your turn, it has first strike. Mirror Kinsmith. For 4, it's a 3/1 artifact mirror creature. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a mirror card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Mirror Custodian. For 3, it's a 2/3 mirror creature. When Mirror Custodian enters the battlefield, scry 2, then each opponent may scry 1. Bladed Ambassador for a Plains and 1. It's a 3/1 Phyrexian soldier. When it enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it, and then you can pay 1, remove an oil counter from Bladed Ambassador. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Annex Sentry for a Plains and 2. It's a 1/4 Phyrexian cleric artifact, Phyrexian cleric with Toxic 1. When it enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until Annex Sentry leaves the battlefield. Distorted Curiosity for an island in 2. It has Corrupted. This spell costs 2 less to cast if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, and you get to draw 2 cards. Ooh, Manga Art Sawblade Scamp. For a mountain, it's a 1/1 Phyrexian beast with haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Sawblade Scamp. You can tap it to remove an oil counter from Sawblade Scamp. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then, out of my pack, I cracked the Seed Core, which is a rare land. You can tap to add a colorless mana, or tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells, and it has Corrupted. You can tap it, target 1/1 creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. And then I got a foil Thrumming Bird from this pack. For an island in 1, it's a 1/1 Phyrexian bird horror with flying, and when it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Oh, and then one of the index cards. Okay.
I did not just get another signed one.
And then a third. This is the third signed art card that Baka Kid has pulled. Testament Bear.
Phyrexia, Obi-Wan. But in
another
all,
full art forest.
In all, it's 4.
Stinging Hive Master, a swamp and 2 for a 3/2 Phyrexian Warlock with Toxic 1. When it dies, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Incisor Glider for a Plains and 1. It is a 1/3 artifact Phyrexian construct with flying and Corrupted. Whenever Incisor Glider attacks, if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Bone Picker Scourge. Oh, I think this is actually one of the Phyrexian art cards, or one of the manga arts. Bone Picker Scourge. I think we've seen it. I think it might be in all the packs you've opened, Baka Kid.
Can I see?
Like I know it's got to be here somewhere.
I want to see.
Yep, I was right. We've already seen the Bone Picker Scourge. Fleshless Gladiator for a swamp in 1. It's a 2/2 Phyrexian skeleton with Corrupted. For a swamp in 2, return Fleshless Gladiator from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tapped, you lose 1 life. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Ambulatory Edifice for a swamp in 2. It's a 3/2 artifact Phyrexian construct. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. When you do, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Veil of Assimilation for a Plains in 1. Whenever Veil of Assimilation or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains Vigilance until end of turn. Plated Onslaught for 2 Plains and 3. affinity for artifacts. It costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Infested Flesh Cutter. For a Plains in 1, it's an equipment artifact. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a +1/+1. Create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Oh, this creature can't block. And equipped for a Plains in 2. Another Bone Picker Scourge. Wow, 2 Bone Picker Scourges out of here. And then the rare is the Norn's Wellspring. For a Plains in 1, it's an artifact with whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1 and put an oil counter on Norn's Wellspring. For 1 and tap, remove 2 oil counters from Norn's Wellspring, draw a card. And then foil Gitaxian Raptor. For an island in 2, it's a 1/4 Phyrexian bird with flying. It enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. Remove an oil counter from Gitaxian Raptor. It gets +1/-1 until end of turn. And then we get another Phyrexian Might token. And then, out of my pack, the very last pack, so the art card is Thrill of Possibility with another full art forest. The Surgical Bay, it's a land sphere. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap to add an island or an island in 1 and tap, sacrifice the Surgical Bay, draw a card. Surgical Skull Bomb. For 1, it's an artifact with you can pay 1, sack it, draw a card. Pay 2, and an island, sack it, return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. The Escaped Experiment. For an island in 1, it's a 2/1 artifact Phyrexian Beast. Whenever it attacks target creature an opponent controls, gets -X/-0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control. An Experimental Augury, Ossification, Porcelain Zealot, we've already seen those, Jawbone Duelist, another Bladed Ambassador, a Thrumming Bird, we've already seen that, and this rare is Skrelv Defector Might. For a Plains, it's a legendary Phyrexian Might with Toxic 1, and it's a 1/1 Phyrexian Might with Toxic 1, it can't block, and then you can pay a Phyrexian White and tap, choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. Oh, wow. And then the foil is the Orthodoxy Enforcer. For a Plains in 3, it's a 2/4 Phyrexian Cleric with Vigilance. Orthodoxy Enforcer gets +2/+0 as long as you control 2 or more artifacts. And then we get a 2/2 Cat Token Creature. We actually got some pretty decent pulls. I think you got some better pulls from your 4 packs than I got from my 4 packs. But that's okay.
Yeah,
we got
I also got got 3 signed.
Yep, 3 signed art cards. That's really cool. And that foil Vraska. Oh my gosh. And this one, the Tecuthal Inquiry Dominus. Oh my gosh, Baku Kid. Yeah. The foil Vraska right here. That is awesome. We got some pretty awesome pulls out of these. I'm pretty excited. This has been one of the coolest new Magic the Gathering sets in quite a while, and I have been nothing but excited for the release of this set. But with this, that is going to wrap it up for this video. We hope you guys did enjoy. This was a lot of fun for Baku Kid and I to do, especially with doing something very special like this. If you did, if you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe if you have not already. Also, drop us a comment letting us know what you thought of our pulls for this, and if you do play Magic the Gathering, let us know what you think of the new Phyrexia will be one set. But if you want to help support us, there are there's a few ways you can. In the description below, we have a link to our coffee.com, which is our virtual tip jar. There's also a link to my personal Twitch channel, where I stream every Wednesday and Sunday, and sometimes when I've got Baku Kid with me, we'll do a father-son stream.
We did one yesterday.
We did one yesterday. We played Binding of Isaac, and we did a Bean Boozled Death Challenge. That was a lot of fun, but it was also really gross because we got some really nasty beans, and we did not like getting the nasty beans.
But we had to make 3 videos because it kept on kicking us out.
Yeah, we had a couple glitches with Twitch, but that's okay. And the third way you can help us out is by checking out our sponsor, W Energy, in the description below, and using our coupon code NERDBOYS, NERDBOYS. You can save 10% at checkout when you purchase any W product. But until next video, we are the Baku Boys signing out.
I am Baku Kid.
And I am Baku Dad, and always remember to Bakugan Brawl, let it rip, and stay awesome and nerdy. Peace out, guys.
Bye.